Hey, what's up, y'all? So I'm back with another Road to CCNA video. In this video, we did the final part of IP version 6, IP version 6 part 3. In this video, we covered the IP version 6 header, the correct way to write IP version 6 addresses, network discovery protocol, and how it plays into stateless address auto configuration, as well as duplicate address detection. Now, Neighbor Discovery Protocol is used to replace Address Resolution Protocol, or ARP, in IP version 6. And as we know, ARP is used to discover the MAC addresses of devices on the network. But the main difference between the two is ARP is a broadcast. So they'll send an ARP request and it floods the entire LAN, and it is vulnerable to ARP spoofing. So with Network Discovery Protocol, they send neighbor soliciting messages, which is multicast. Neighbor soliciting message is the equivalent of an ARP request, and then they'll get back a neighbor advertisement message, which is the equivalent of an ARP reply. Another thing these neighbor soliciting messages are used for is duplicate address detection. So a host will send a neighbor soliciting message to its own IP address to see if they'll receive a reply. If they do receive a reply, then that IP address is taken. If they don't, then they're good. We also learned about router solicitation messages and router advertisement messages. So let's say like a host joins the network and they need to know about the network. So they'll send out in router solicitation messages, basically like, asking, hey, are there any routers out there? And that's when the router will reply with the router advertisement message, giving them information such as the network prefix or the default gateway. And this network prefix is used to basically create the IP address that the host will use. And that's what stateless address auto configuration is. And last but certainly not least, we covered IP version 6 static routes. And that is what we got here for our lab today. So we are about to get right to this. We got the IP version 6 unicast routing command to enable IP version 6 routing on R1, R2, and R3. Now we're on to number 2. Use Slack to configure IP version 6 addresses on the PCs. What IP version 6 address was configured on each PC? And to do so, all we have to do is just set this to automatic. Boom. We have an IP address. Now for PC2. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Now, last but not least, configure static routes on the routers to allow PC1 and PC2 to ping each other. The path via R2 should only be used as a backup path. So right now we're about to configure the static routes. I believe that for the path via R2, I'm going to make that a floating static route. So I'm going to set the administrative distance slightly higher because this isn't dynamic routing, it's static routing. So they're not going to, choose a certain path based off of bandwidth and all that. So to make this route right here, the preferred route, we are going to set this path over here at a higher administrative distance. Okay, so I got the static route set. So when this computer pings, we're going to send it there. So we got the network that it's trying to reach. We got the exit interface, and we got the next hop, which is the address of that interface right there. So let's enter this command. All right, that one's gone. Okay, not sure if I did this right, but we are configuring the floating static route now. There are no IP addresses for these networks down here. So I just did the destination we're trying to get to and the exit interface we're going to send it out of. And I set the administrative distance to 120. So it will be the backup route. Let's see. Oh, let's go. All right, floating static route on R2, administrative distance 120. Let's go. Now we got our static route configured for PC2 to reach PC1. This is the primary static route. Oh. All right, take 2. There we go. Okay, floating static route with that high administrative distance. And now, same thing on router 2. A little show run command to show that both routes were configured. And also, we'll show the routing table. Boom. R2. R3. Now for the ping, and this is the correct IP address. I will go to it right quick just to show y'all. I just did it in lowercase because that's the way we learned to do it today. Let's see. Hey, and we got a reply. Appreciate y'all.